And we're on.
Record Store Day.
Yes.
2026. Well, Record Store Day Eve.
That's right.
We do this every year. Now, I think this is like our 4th time doing one of these. The live stream.
Yeah, I think so.
Is this working? The mic's moving?
The mic's moving, and everything is solid right now.
Hang on, I'm going to pull up.
I'm going to hold my mic for once, because I can.
For now.
Yeah, for now. But here we are. This is we're at Rock City Music Company for our RSD preview. Myself
and me
and Nick, our host, Nick.
This has been a whirlwind, folks.
Yeah.
We've never had a Record Store Day prep as big as this one.
Agreed.
And it's not hyperbole.
Yeah.
This is without question the most product we've ever had of the exclusives, and as well as the most product we've ever put out for Record Store Day. So we're talking used stuff.
Yes.
And all sorts of goodies, giveaways. Maybe we should start there. The giveaways.
Yeah.
Hey Riley, can you bring me one of those bags, please, when you get a second? We've pulled out all the stops this year for Record Store Day. Lots of great stuff happening. And by the way, if there's anything specific you want to know, if we have it or you want to see it, I can show you the front and the back. I can't give you too much details due to the RSD pledge. Thank you, Riley. Due to the RSD pledge, I can't talk about quantities or pricing or things like that.
Right.
But I can show you what it looks like. So if there's something that you were excited for or looking forward to, I'm happy to show that. We're going to do kind of a quick overview of the exclusives. There's a lot of them, so we're not going to show everything.
I was going to say, one of the amazing features this year that we have is, for those that have shopped with us in the past, we have 2 large bins that we always have, one filled with the exclusives, one filled with used. Well, this time we have 2 solid chock full bins of exclusives.
Yes.
And then 2 full long tables of used.
And we're going to show some of everything.
Doubled everything.
Basically, we have.
Yeah.
Basically, we've doubled. Plus, there's all sorts of goodies from Record Store Day that isn't necessarily records, but still tied into the event. So we'll show some of those. I guess we are going to show this bag in a second, but since we started with this, it's Taylor Swift. It's Record Store Day. This is the Elizabeth Taylor single, and it's on purple glitter vinyl.
Elizabeth Taylor Swift.
Elizabeth Taylor Swift, exactly. So I know lots of folks have been calling and asking and messaging if we have this. We have this.
Yeah.
It's here. Here it is, Taylor Swift.
There are copies in the house.
We had somebody reach out the other day, and they asked about Pink Floyd, which is here as well, and they said, do you think if I waited till Sunday that I could still get a Pink Floyd? Because I don't want to come out if all those Taylor Swift fans are going to be there.
Right.
That was a little ridiculous. That's all part of the fun of Record Store Day. All the different people you meet and the different artists bring different people. And
come hang out, you meet a Swiftie, you might make a new friend.
Yes, exactly. Maybe they can get you tickets next time Taylor goes on tour.
Yeah, online.
We have Rock City LP tote bags. These are brand new. If you got one last Record Store Day, these are different. We pulled a Kiss.
Yeah.
And even though it looks the same, it is not the same.
Yes.
It's a different color bag.
It's charcoal.
It's charcoal with white lettering, right?
That's right. Nice bright white lettering on charcoal.
On a charcoal bag. So it's a little bit different.
But what's inside?
In this bag, we have a handful of goodies.
Yes.
We have, I want to show each individual item here. So you get a Rock City sticker. Always good. You could stick this on your guitar case or your turntable or
your record crate.
Your record crate or your car or your forehead.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you want to do, you stick that sticker on there. Next, we have a handmade Rock City Record City pin. If you haven't started following us on Instagram, Rock City Record City, you should check that out because it's all vinyl content.
Yes.
So if you're one of our customers, we do have a ton of people that cross over. They buy records, they buy gear, they buy a little bit of everything. But if you're one of the people that's focused solely on vinyl, you should check out our Instagram page for Rock City Record City. But you get a Rock City Record City pin.
Yep.
And you also get a nice microfiber cloth for cleaning your records. But what are you going to clean your records with? But some Rock City Record City vinyl cleaner.
That's right.
Handmade.
That's right.
By the man behind the camera. So, if you are one of...
Stirred it for hours.
First I'm churning butter.
Churning butter, that was over the cauldron.
If you are one of the first 33 people, you're going to get one of these grab bags for free.
And if you're the third of 33 and a third, you'll get a partial bag.
You'll get a partial bag, yes.
You might just get a bag.
And we will have these bags for sale and
Yes.
all this other stuff I just showed you. We do have extras, but if you're one of the first 33 people to come through the doors tomorrow here at Rock City, you're going to get everything I just showed you free of charge with your purchase.
We wanted to give you something special outside of just a bunch of random posters and
Random
stickers
stuff
of bands you've never heard of.
That have nothing to do with us.
Right.
Yeah, we're much more fired up about our own stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right, RSD exclusives, lots of great stuff. You guys know there's over 300 titles released this year, nearly 400, right, Scotty?
That's right.
Something like that.
Yep.
Lots of great stuff. Something here for everybody. So I'm just going to start grabbing random things and talking about them. And like I said, if there's any specific requests, I'm happy to show them, answer any questions, or try to answer any questions
We
you
do
might
have a couple right off the bat.
Okay, what do we have? I pulled out my computer so that I'd be able to watch this.
I wanted to, let's see if I can scroll up here. Lucas, yes, we do have Mark Maron.
We do have Mark Maron, and if I remember correctly, Mark Maron, doesn't it come with a signed print?
That I don't. They're hand numbered. I see.
They're
that on the
hand
front,
numbered,
yeah.
but I think...
It might have a print with that. Yeah, they didn't put a hype sticker on it, so I don't remember.
But here's Mark
We read
Maron.
a lot of descriptions, a month and a half ago.
Yes, yeah. They all run together. Lori asked, are you going to have Billy Squire tell the truth? Yes.
We are being truthful that it's here.
It is here. So yes, we have Billy Squire tell the truth. Let's see. I'm interested in the Steely Dan. So am I. Alive in America being issued for the first time ever on vinyl. Right here.
There it is.
Alive in America. Steely Dan.
The Mummy.
I remember when my parents got this record when I was a little kid. Well, they got the CD. They didn't get the record.
I was working at Camelot Music when that CD got released.
It was like a big deal because nobody thought Steely Dan would ever tour or even work together again.
Right.
And then next thing you knew, there was a live record. So, yeah, keep dropping your requests in there. Happy to show off what we can.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with this? Because I just listened to this the other night.
Yeah.
Tony Bennett MTV Unplugged. Maybe not the most requested RSD title this year, but let me tell you, it's a great record.
That was a popular CD in the 90s.
Fantastic performance from the one and only Tony Bennett.
I think it was the 90s.
It says, yeah, it was the 90s. First time on vinyl.
Yeah.
Ever. 1994 to be specific, Scotty. And then we have some Chet Baker in there.
Some Captain Beefheart.
Captain Beefheart, Black Sabbath. How about this Black Sabbath record? Often overlooked. But on this record, on this Black Sabbath record, Glenn Hughes on lead vocals. Mm-hmm. And I think Eric Singer's the drummer, isn't he, on this? Is it Eric Singer?
The tour he was at, I know he was the drummer. I think he's the drummer on Eternal Idol. That came next. I remember.
No, Eric Singer drums, it says right here.
Nice.
I met Eric Singer last weekend.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
And I did not ask him about Black Sabbath 7 Star.
Yeah.
Guess I should have. But I think this now completes the reissues from Rhino. Oh, are we still waiting for Born Again?
Born Again.
It's got to be coming.
It's got to be.
There's got to be a box set of a remix or something coming.
But in the time being, when we get to the used, for all you Gillan fans,
yes,
there's some unique. We do have some cool used Gillan outside of purple.
Yes, and a lot of cool Deep Purple too.
That's right.
But yeah, Seventh Star finally getting a official reissue. David Bowie, I know a lot of people are excited about that. David Bowie has not one but two releases.
Right.
This record store day. We have Hello Space Boy, which is remixes from Pet Shop Boys. Hello Space Boy. Is it Pet Shop Boys?
Hello.
It says written. Oh yeah, it is. Written by Brian Eno and David Bowie. Neon pink vinyl. And then excerpts from Outside. An often overlooked Bowie record. This is a great album. But this has, I think, bonus tracks.
That was during his Trent Reznor phase.
Yes. This has bonus tracks that weren't issued originally on the album.
I remember they had some singles out at the time. I think there's some of the B-sides.
Is that before or after I'm Afraid of Americans?
I can't remember. Isn't it on that album?
Jeff Buckley, a lot of people asking about Jeff Buckley. Here it is, Jeff Buckley. Doing a cover of Kick Out the Jams on there. This is probably the one we've gotten the most calls about.
Yeah. Ethel Cain.
Ethel Cain. We do have it. I can't speak to this. I don't know what it's about, but I know a lot of people are excited. Brandy Carlisle, Ray Charles, The Cars, Heartbeat City live, a good era.
And is that from the same, like from the like the VHS like that they had out?
It's got to be.
There was like an MTV show or MTV concert.
Live at the Summit in Houston, Texas, just like Journey.
Yeah.
Live at the Houston Summit. Couple releases from John Coltrane.
Yeah, these were a lot of people asking about these. Both of them too.
France 1965, great band with McCoy Tyner, Jimmy Garrison, and Alvin Jones on the drums. Loaded release from John Coltrane Quartet there. And then this, I know, has been lore, so to speak, for a very long time. These are tapes that Verve just got back into their archives. I think it's Tiberi is how you say it, the Tiberi tapes.
I think so.
They got those tapes that he recorded of Coltrane playing live, and they're going to be putting out a huge box set later in the year. So this is the first preview of that, and it's got Giant Steps on side A and Satellite on side 2. So there's a whole story about it on the back. Obviously, we can't get into that right now. But first unreleased recordings of John Coltrane in a very long time, and ones that Coltrane fans have sought after for a very long time. So I know people are excited about that. So
I remember some people were asking about it and like questioning whether that was going to sound good or not. And,
yes.
I mean, it's part of an impulse box set. I can't imagine it being
I can't imagine it doesn't sound at least decent.
Right.
It is. I'm sure it was recorded in the crowd in 1960. What?
Okay.
We good?
Yeah, we had a little trying.
We had a glitch.
A little glitch. Yep.
Of course.
It's crazy.
So we had Coltrane, Alice Cooper, our old buddy Alice.
Yep.
Picture disc version.
If you had a hard time getting the European Revenge of Alice Cooper picture disc for Black Friday RSD, you'll probably still have just an equally hard time, as they only limited these to 1,000.
1,000.
But it's the same edition, so.
And it's strictly limited.
Strictly limited, yes.
And before anybody says it, no, Alice is not coming back just yet.
Yeah, just
hopefully he does at some point. Somebody said that to us the other day. I keep waiting for that email to come through that Alice Cooper's coming back.
Right.
You know, that was a few years ago already.
I know.
It's not, he was here twice, but Cream.
He's due for his
he's due for one. Yeah, we'll call him.
Visit.
We'll call him. Cream, Wheels of Fire, live at Fillmore Auditorium and Winterland Ballroom. So, backstory on this, Wheels of Fire has live tracks on it that were recorded at both of those venues.
Yeah.
And then, if you have those records, Live Cream 1 and 2, it also pulls tracks from this. But this is the first time they've all been assembled together in one package. So this is a 3 LP set. Cream at their pinnacle, I would say, 1968. Great sounding recordings. This was pressed in Germany too, so it should sound good.
Yeah.
There is a big Wheels of Fire box set coming out later this year. However, the vinyl version will not include the live tracks. So if you want the complete set, There's a 3 LP set coming out later this year that has the remastered studio album plus some bonus tracks, but no live stuff.
They're going to Van Halen you.
They're going to Van Halen us. So this is a great place to start, though. Ginger Baker, Eric Clapton, Jack Bruce, phenomenal, of course. And this is them at their best. So this is a really cool release. I'm excited about that one for sure. Crosby, Stills, and Nash box set. I featured this on my radio show last week, which we're going to rerun that same episode this week because I had no time to record another one. But also, it all relates to Record Store Day products. So I did a feature, one song from each of these records, because I think it really puts in perspective how incredible it is that these 3 guys were working together. Because each one of these records is a masterpiece on its own. And then you think about that they were working together, plus Neil Young.
A massive ego.
Yes, but hey, man, they can back it up. So this has David Crosby, if I could only remember my name, Stephen Stills, and Graham Nash, Songs for Beginners. All great records. And then a bonus disc of rare tracks, demos, B-sides, things like that, all compiled together from Rhino here, all in a nice box. So these records all came out within a few months of each other, which is nuts to think about. Yeah. Plus, like I said, Neil Young, they were all coming off of Deja Vu, and they did these records, and Neil Young did after the Gold Rush. So
they're probably all trying to race each other to see who could get theirs out first.
Exactly. And all of them are masterpieces. So that's a great box set if you don't have those records, and I think they're all analog mastered and stuff, so it should sound great. Wouldn't be Record Store Day without The Cure. 2 releases from The Cure, and if this sounds familiar, it should, because about 10 years ago for Record Store Day, The Cure put these out. This is acoustic hits and greatest hits. So if you don't know where to start with The Cure, this is a great comp. And I think it goes up through Wild Mood Swings, maybe, like 97, 98, somewhere in there. Great comp. Oh, I'm sorry, 2001 it goes through. And I think there's a track on here that's not on anything else. And then this, as you might imagine, is acoustic versions of the same songs that are on here. Some cool, different renditions of these classic songs from The Cure. So about 10 years ago, I think they came out as picture discs. And then Greatest Hits has been in and out of print that entire time on black vinyl. Acoustic Hits has been harder to get your hands on. These are both on silver vinyl. So both are pretty essential to your collection, if you like The Cure, that is. If you don't like The Cure, then I guess they're not essential at all. Hang on, I'm going to check our stream here because it looks like we got some other comments, and I want to make sure we don't miss anybody. Is there anything by the esteemed Steve Miller in this RSD batch? Fortunately, no, there is not. No Steve Miller being released. I don't think we even put any Steve Miller out in the used drop.
I did not put any in the used drop because I care.
Lori, I hope you can make it here as well to get it. And you asked about Romeo Void. Yes, we also have Romeo Void. Sean Pigeon, I'll be getting in line for Four Squirrels. That's one I've been waiting for forever. Also excited about Collective Soul. Okay, so I just passed Collective Soul. I'll show that real quick. And I was reading about this earlier. Apparently this is a new record from Collective Soul, and it's new wave.
Oh, really?
That's what I read. I don't know much about it past that, but I know some people are excited about it. So here it is, Collective Soul. That is here. And what else did they ask about? Oh, Four Squirrels.
Yes.
Yes. Right here.
There it is.
I know a lot of people have been waiting for this for a long time, so that's a great release as well coming out for RSD. What do I want to grab out of here? Scotty, why don't you talk about Def Leppard's Slang while I look for something else?
Yeah, you know, that's the record that they put out in the 90s after they sort of like switched up their sound. They were, you know, needed to get away from the 80s and get with the times. And it did well. But I think it just didn't do well enough.
You're right. You don't hear a lot of people talk about this record.
But the song Slang is awesome.
It is a good song. And this has a bonus disc of demos and B-sides.
Yeah.
and rough mixes.
If you bought the box set that featured that record in it with all the rare tracks, there's even more now.
Yes.
So you need to get that as well.
Another artist that it would not be Record Store Day without, it's The Doors. This is part 2 of a work in progress of Strange Days. The first volume came out a couple of years ago. They also did a great box set for LA Woman. So same vibe, you can kind of hear the band working these songs into what they became. So you got People Are Strange on here, Love Me 2 Times, Moonlight Drive, When the Music's Over. Cool stuff from The Doors. And also, somewhat from The Doors, Dope is a new project between Public Enemy's Chuck D and The Doors' John Densmore. Would not have ever put that as a workable pair, but
I like how they mix The Doors, like the font, and then they've got the
Public Enemy.
the public,
PE.
yeah. What is that? Like a cop and a
Yes. So I don't know anything about this other than it's strange that the two of them are working together, but
Right.
Hopefully it's good. Hillary Duff, 12-year-old me is pretty stoked about this because, you know, Lizzie McGuire was my jam.
I was well into adulthood, so I never really paid attention.
I was well into adulthood.
But I did recently see her on Hot Ones, and she was pretty funny.
She seems like she'd be pretty cool.
She was cool.
I don't know what this is, but people have asked about this too. If somebody out there can tell us what this is, I mean, for those waiting, we do have it.
Yeah.
So if you were hoping for a copy, we do have Empire of the Sun, but I don't know anything about this.
It's the expanded edition. That cover just reminds me of like a late '80s Drew Struzan movie poster.
It reminds me of a PlayStation 1 game. It's like 1997. I don't know what it is, but I know people are excited. So
Every
if you
now
were
and
waiting
then
for
there is something that we're both like,
what is this? Fall Out Boy, live from Madison Square Garden. This looks like it's a triple LP set featuring a couple songs written by our good friend Butch Walker.
of course.
So Lauren tells me all the time that Fall Out Boy puts on a great show. I've never seen them, but Lauren always says that they do.
Yeah.
Fear Factory, Fleetwood Mac, Forest Squirrels we already showed, Foreigner, Freeman. A lot of people asking about this. Who's in this band again, Scotty?
Gene Ween.
Gene Ween of
Yeah.
Ween.
And there's more Ween to come.
There's more Ween to come. John Frusciante, Gabby's Dollhouse, Jerry Garcia. I guess I could talk a little bit about this. Not that too many people would be excited. This is a 50th anniversary edition. Again, 3 LP sets, so you get the original album, a disc of outtakes and demos, and then a disc of live stuff.
Didn't they have an RSC version just a couple of years ago?
Of this? I don't think of Reflection.
Yeah, I thought there was something of Reflection.
I think there was one for...
the artwork was similar, or it felt like it was probably the same artist.
You
or
know,
something.
at this point, they may have. I can't remember. I can't keep up. Zoetrope. There's less Zoetropes this Record Store Day than there was
Noticed
last.
that.
But Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer
We still have enough of them.
on Zoetrope disc.
Yeah.
Would you say we still have enough of them? Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
Well, I mean, yeah.
From what?
I know there was Bluey and there was.
Well, we've got another Bluey here. That's what I was
Yeah.
just going to show, if I can find it. If I knew the alphabet. Okay, here we go. Bluey, Zoetrope. If you don't know what the Zoetropes are, if you put it on your turntable, and is it your phone light or something? Basically, there's a character or a graphic of some kind that moves while the record spins.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool experience. We celebrated the Vince Gilardi, or Giraldi,
Goraldi.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. There you
There
go.
we go. That's a good idea, Riley. Okay, what else?
there a
Goat
song?
Snake. Oh, Selena Gomez. I know people were asking about that. We do have Selena Gomez. This is UV printed vinyl. So you guys might remember they did Dark Side of the Moon a couple years ago on
Yeah.
a UV printed vinyl.
So does that? So
It plays.
yeah.
It's
like,
clear vinyl with a graphic on it, essentially, but it's not a picture disc.
Okay, I was, you know what I was doing? I was confusing it with like a glow-in-the-dark type thing, you know?
Right.
Like people use like one of those lights.
This record rules. I was talking to Silas about it earlier, and I told him, I go, you got to check this record out. And he checked it out, and he was like, yeah, man, I hated that Gong record.
Seriously?
I really like it. It's like psychedelic prog from the early 70s.
Yeah.
Steve Hillage is on this, if you're up on your prog. Steve Hillage is on it, and these guys like created their own universe thing. Any other stuff I've listened to by them I don't like, but this is really cool. It's a cool concept record. Lots of great playing on it. So if you're not familiar and you're looking for something new to check out, put my recommendation on this.
Sweet.
I've got other recommendations in here too, like Judas Priest live in Los Angeles in 1990 on the Painkiller tour.
I saw that tour.
Come on. They open with Riding on the Wind.
Yeah.
This is like the best Judas Priest set list you could ask for. Riding on the Wind, Grinder, Heading Out to the Highway, Between the Hammer and the Anvil, Bloodstone, Better by You, Better Than Me, Leather Rebel, Green Monalishi, Hell Bent for Leather, You've Got Another Thing Coming. If Judas Priest showed up and played that set list now, I'd probably drive my truck into a wall just from being pumped.
I'd jump out of a window.
I'd be pretty stoked about that. Going back. Oh, Wicked. Ariana Grande. Here it is.
Wicked Live. One Wonderful Night Live.
One Wonderful Night Live. 2 releases from the Grateful Dead. If Mike Venezia is still watching, I know he was waiting for me to show these. This is On the Back Porch, Volume 3, the last Record Store Day, Black Friday, and last year's Record Store Day had Volumes 1 and 2. These are cool comps assembled by the Dead's team along with Dogfish Brewery Company. But there's a lot of cool different era stuff on all of these, so it's kind of like a starter thing for the Dead with live tracks if you're interested in that. I know a lot of customers do come in and say, Nick, I know you like the Grateful Dead. Where should I start? Loaded question. So these are good. These are good jumping off points, so to speak. And then, if you're a huge fan, Boston live in 1976. The Dead had just come back from a hiatus. They brought Mickey Hart back into the band, so this was kind of like a rebirth for the Grateful Dead, so to speak. And this came out on CD in a box set about 5 or 6 years ago. It was during COVID, and great show. Kind of laid back. I like more like Rockin' Dead. It's a little bit more laid back for me, but still a great show. Really good playing on there and such. And then for Zoetropes again.
That's right.
George Harrison. I think they're going to do his entire catalog this way.
Right.
If you remember last year, they did All Things Must Pass, and then they just did Living in the Material World. So now you're getting Dark Horse and Extra Texture, which has Cracker Box Palace on it. Hemlock Springs, I don't know what this is either, but I know people are excited about this too.
Yep.
So I don't have any insight on that.
Riley, are you familiar with Hemlock Springs?
Joan Jett. I already talked about Preets. Cat's Eye.
There they are.
Scotty, you were excited for this one, were you not?
I was pumped, you know.
First 3 people to purchase the Cat's Eye record get to see Nick and Scotty do the Cat's Eye choreography.
Hopefully everybody heard that. First 3 people to purchase this record, in case you didn't hear Riley, first 3 people to purchase this record get to see Scotty and I reenact the Cat's Eye choreography. Thank you, Riley.
Do they just stand there?
No, they look like they've got some moves for sure. Yeah. Scotty and I checked this out when we were doing the orders. We'd never heard of this.
Yeah.
But it's like a lost gem of power pop, which I'm a huge fan of. Really cool record. Tommy Keene. I can't really share anything about it other than I thought it was good when we listened to it. But
it was.
Again, if you're looking for something new to check out, that's a good one. Wiz Khalifa, Freddie King, my favorite of the Kings.
It's your favorite King?
I love B.B. King. I love Albert King. But Freddie King is my favorite. And this came out on Elemental. They always do phenomenal reissues, great liner notes, and high quality audio. So no doubt about it, this is on my list of things to grab. Triple LP live set from Freddie King, recorded live in 1975. Here's how rock and roll Freddie King was. For a year, so there's 365 days in a year, right? In that year, Freddie King played 340 shows. And he rarely ate dinner. He never would or I shouldn't say even ate dinner. He rarely ate meals. All he did was drink Bloody Marys to offset him not eating.
Oh my gosh.
So for a year straight, he didn't eat much. He just drank Bloody Marys because he's a badass.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. Another thing I've always loved about Freddie King, he never even put the guitar on all the way. He would just hold it, hang it over here and play. Pretty great. And this is his soul funk stuff. This isn't the.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
this is when he was signed to Shelter on Leon Russell's label. So a little bit more song oriented, not so much the instrumental stuff from the 50s, which is also great.
Yeah.
That's your history lesson for Freddie King.
What about this King?
This King, King Crimson, as in Robert Fripp.
Yeah.
Don't drink a coffee around him. You'll lose your job.
Really?
He banned caffeine on a King Crimson tour, and nobody was allowed to drink coffee. But this was recorded live in 1974. Got the great John Wetton on bass and vocals, Bill Bruford on drums. One of their best lineups, and King Crimson had a few of them, but this is arguably their best. Other than when they went to a trio for Red.
Right.
Because this has David Cross on it as well. So, really cool stuff. Finally, after a very long wait, I don't know if they've ever put anything out on Record Store Day, have they? I don't think they have.
I felt like, wait, wasn't there a 12-inch or something like that?
I don't remember there being.
I always, every year, when I'm scanning the list, there's 6 or 7 bands, artists I'm hoping I see something specific from.
Right. And we've been waiting a long time for this one. Kiss. Kiss have finally put out a Record Store Day release. Why they didn't jump on this money bandwagon sooner, we'll never know.
I know, it's been going for 18 years now.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. But Kiss have reissued to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Destroyer. This was the comp that went out to radio stations back in '76. You'll notice this has Beth, Do You Love Me, Flamin' Youth, Detroit Rock City. This was to promote both Destroyer and the tour. And this is on black splatter vinyl. Let's show that, since I'm going to get one of these anyways. Yeah. We're going to do a live unwrapping on the video. And by the way, while I'm doing this, if anybody's wondering what I'm doing, it's so I can keep the shrink on the jacket.
Right.
Scotty, didn't you teach me that? I think you're the one that taught me that. But I should say that our Peter Criss event is it's probably, if it's not sold out right this second, it's going to be today. Right. So if you have not purchased a ticket and you're going to come down next weekend to meet Peter Criss, somebody showed up earlier thinking it was today, but it's next weekend. If you want to meet Peter Criss, you can even have him sign this. There's a cost for that, but he will sign it.
The center label's pretty sweet.
Center label's amazing. And look at that splatter vinyl. Look at that.
Cool.
Really, really cool. So, for Kiss fans,
fan fave picture for sure.
And I was going to say, for Kiss fans, this was a really cool release for them to do, because an original copy of this is like a $2,000 record.
Right.
So for them to reissue this is pretty cool. Deep cut. It's not just doing a different version of Destroyer. And I believe the Detroit Rock City version on here is the radio edit.
Yeah.
For all you Kiss geeks out there. But
can you imagine how many radio stations received those that had zero interest in ever playing them, or were just like, ugh.
Yeah, just threw it away. Which is why they're $4,000 or whatever it is. But yeah, Kiss finally coming out with an RSD release. So, what's next? K-Pop Demon Hunters. I asked Scotty what the hell this is and why we have so many of them, and he informed me that it was the most streamed.
It's the #1 film on Netflix ever.
#1 film on Netflix ever.
Yeah.
So that's why we have a lot of them.
Yep.
And there's two different covers. And again, Scotty, have you seen the film? Do you know anything about it? Okay. Well, these are the two different covers, ladies and
Way
gentlemen.
far into adulthood.
Not too far, though. Speaking of Kiss,
Person with a Pez collection.
speaking of Kiss and more Rock City
Yes.
alumni, our great friend Bruce Kulick.
Right.
And this is Bruce's album Transformer. This has never been issued on vinyl. When did this come out? 2003. So some really cool stuff on here. Brent Fintz is on here. John Corabi, of course, Bruce. Lots of great stuff on here. And this is being released by Culture Factory. And it says side A is purple and side B is orange. So I don't know how they're doing that. I thought it was, when I first looked at the hype sticker, I thought it was a, like either or,
Yeah.
a mystery thing. But yeah, it says side A is purple and side B is orange. So I've never seen that done
I've
before.
seen it like done with certain types of splatters where one side has more of a color than the other.
Okay.
It's I don't know how they do it.
Pretty cool. And it says it's got brand new liner notes by Bruce. So that's a cool release. Gets my seal of approval. Let's check real quick if anybody had any specific questions. What'd you say?
Are there any pancake recipes?
There's no pancake recipes. Jerry Leica asked King Diamond. Yeah, I love King Diamond too, but I still say Freddie King is my favorite King. Pat Middlestat, Freddie, yes. Mike Harkin says he agrees with me on the Kings. Thank you, Mike. Jerry Leica, any nasty special editions? No. No special editions from the Nasties. Maybe we'll get Scotty to put that out.
Should work on that.
We should put out a limited edition 7-inch single of the Nasties. Rachel May said, is there such a thing? I don't know what you're referring to. Maybe the Kings? I don't know. Chad Smith, what's the price on Sledgehammer? I can't say what the price is.
Yeah.
The RSD pledge says we can't discuss pricing.
No price.
Although I see other people do it. But, you know, we'll be the ones that get throttled for it.
Right.
So we're not going to do it. Yeah, somebody else asked, any Steve Miller? No. Mike Hostina, between Nick and Scotty, I feel like my music history knowledge is subpar. That has never happened before. Appreciate the knowledge. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Ryan Keats, how about some Pantera? There's no Pantera releases for Record Store Day this year.
Or
And I don't
ever.
Is there any used stuff? I don't think there's any used Pantera.
No used Pantera this time.
Sorry, Ryan, can't help you out. We do have the Pantera records, though, the regular in-print
Yeah.
records.
I don't think they've ever done a Pantera RSD release
I don't
either.
think they have. They need to put out that live in, what is it, live in Russia? Where they shot the video for Primal Concrete Sledge. They need to put that show out. That would be a good RSD release. Yeah, any other ones you guys want to see, let us know. We'll keep going. Little Feat, this is a great album. I played this on my radio show as well.
Yeah.
The first track, what's it called? Snakes on Everything. The great Lowell George. This record is really cool, and I think a lot of people are going to go past this because they're not promoting it how they should be. This is a side project, The Locusts, from Rick Springfield, Greg Bissonette, and Matt Bissonette.
Yep.
So if you're not familiar, Greg Bissonette he kind of got famous in the David Lee Roth band in the 80s, but he's played with everybody, including being the other drummer with Ringo for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So that should tell you all you need to know. Now, Matt Bissonette, I've seen Matt Bissonette play bass in Elton John's band. I've seen him play bass in REO Speedwagon. He's done a little bit of everything. And Rick Springfield, of course, written a lot of great songs, great guitar player. So I haven't heard this, but there's no way it's not good.
Yeah.
Just based on the three people that are involved. And I guess this is a power pop record in the vein of Cheap Trick.
Yes. Yeah, I had just checked out, our friend Mike Hustina had told me about it. They had a record out previously under the name of Red Locusts.
Okay.
And you can hear that streaming, and it's solid.
It's great.
It's
So
good.
this has got to be good.
Yeah.
When Scotty and I do the ordering for RSD, and I would assume this is with a lot of stores, we sit down and you look at the complete list, and some stuff we don't know. We have to ask the staff, what is this? Do you think anybody cares? Because we are old. And Riley was a big help, and Lauren was a big help, and because they like different stuff.
Yep.
But some of this stuff we're like, oh yeah, we're not going to get that. What is that? But when we got to that, we said, oh, this has got to be good.
Right.
So hopefully you guys pick a copy up and check it out. I'm very excited to hear it. I think it's going to be really cool. Look outside your window. Now, I don't know the whole history of this, but from what I understand, it's most of Slipknot.
It's like a good chunk of Slipknot.
It's Corey Taylor. It's, what's the guy's name? Mick Thompson? Jim Root?
Clown?
The clown guy? The guy that, what about the guy that hits the beer keg?
Right.
I've always wondered, and maybe somebody that is like big on Slipknot can answer this for me. Does the guy that hits the beer keg with the baseball bat, like, does he get an even cut of what the regular band gets?
No.
Like, because couldn't they really technically get anybody to do that?
Yeah.
Like, as long as you can line up the hits, you should be all right. Like, I don't know if you should be pulling the same money as even the clown guy.
Right. I saw them once way back in that golden era. I think it was on a Family Values tour.
Oh, yeah.
And it was
like when
nuts.
Iowa came out?
Yeah.
They are, I mean, I can talk about when Iowa came out. I was in middle school, and I wasn't as educated in my heavy metal. And at that point, I had never heard anything that heavy.
Yeah.
You know, like that blew me away.
When they were, the first time, their first major tour, I think, was on an Ozfest. And I remember I was working at a place, and everybody that went to Ozfest the night before were just raving about Slipknot and, you know, asking me all the questions. 'Cause I was like the music guy there. And I was like, I had just heard of them, and you know, and I couldn't easily jump on the internet or pull out a phone at the time.
That's right.
Like, so it was like, you know, 98, 99. And I remember when I went, you know, I was at a record store, I picked up the record, and I was like, whoa, what is this?
What is this?
This
Right.
is amazing.
My other Slipknot experiences, I was fortunate enough at one of the Mayhem Fests to be backstage with Gary Holt. I didn't really know him at the time. It was with Bob Tyrell. And he came out to get us because Slayer had just played and Slipknot was headlining. And we were walking back to the Slayer dressing room, and security kind of stopped us. They said, just hang on just a minute. And all of Slipknot came out of the dressing room.
Yeah.
And the lights went down, and you could hear, you know, Pine Knob was going ballistic, right? Which made the hair on my arms stand up. And those guys were standing there, and their intro started playing, and you could tell they were like kind of jumping around, like getting the juices flowing. And then right before they walked out onto the stage, they all got in the huddle. And their tour manager or something was like, all right, let's give them a good show. Let's have a good night. All right, let's do this. And they all put their hands in, and they went 1, 2, 3. And they said, F Harpos. And we all busted out laughing. Everybody, Lunachicks getting a release for Record Store Day.
Could be worster.
If Rachel May's watching, I know she's a big fan of the Lunachicks. Record Store Day exclusive with colored bio vinyl. A breast of compilation. Sorry. Yeah, lots of cool stuff on here.
I like that.
Stuff that was only available on 7 inches. Lots of cool stuff. Yeah, the
cool.
artwork is great.
It's very mid-90s.
Bruno Mars, who is this year's Record Store Day ambassador. So this is this record is called Collaborations, and it's all his stuff that he has done with other people. So like Uptown Funk, and what's the Silk Sonic with Anderson .Paak, that's on here.
You know what my favorite
Cardi B.
My favorite part of Uptown Funk is?
What?
It's in the Weird Al polka where they use it, and there's this long slide whistle. It's a low slide.
Uptown Funk slams. I was arguing with Ducky about it. He's like, I hate that song. Every time it comes on, I get mad. I'm like, that song kills.
He gets mad.
Song kills, man.
Stomps around like Donald Duck.
Megadeth Hidden Treasures. This has never been available on vinyl, I don't
It's
think.
got a different cover.
So this has like Megadeth covers on it, different version of Angry Again. There's a demo of Symphony of Destruction on here, a radio edit of a Tu Le Mans.
It's got the cover of No More Mr. Nice Guy from the Shocker soundtrack.
Yeah, right. They could have done a little better than on this album cover, though. Let's be honest. They were like, yeah, just throw the logo up there; it'll be fine. I mean, Come on. But I know people are excited for that too.
Right.
Meshuggah.
A couple Meshuggahs.
Two different Meshuggah reissues. Destroy, Erase, Improve, which I know was like the record everybody pointed to until they did Obscene. And then Catch 33. These are super limited too. They're like, I think it was like 1,200 copies worldwide. So these are 30th anniversary of this one and 20th anniversary of this one.
I was surprised we got the ones that we did.
Yeah, Sunflare variant. Oh, it's limited to 2,000. I'm sorry. That's still low though. What else do we have in here? What else does people want to see? Motorhead on Parole, 50th anniversary. Now, they brought in Steven Wilson to remix On Parole. I gotta
hear this.
I hope it helped, because while it's a great record, it's never been a great record because it sounds good. It's a great record because the songs are awesome. But if you're unfamiliar with Steven Wilson, he's in Porcupine Tree, and he's got a great solo career, and he's an amazing musician, and he's also been the guy for remixes and remasters for the last 10, 15 years. Black Sabbath, Genesis, Jethro Tull, Pink Floyd, Kiss even. Kiss hired him for Destroyer. He's done a little bit of everything. And just to ask Steven Wilson to remix On Parole has got to be one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Just choosing that one alone.
Yeah, obviously, like I said, 50th anniversary, so it's a classic record. It's great. It's great Motorhead. You know, who doesn't love great Motorhead? So much great Motorhead that they put out another release for Record Store Day. This is live from Lemmy's 50th birthday in 1995. That means Lemmy would be 80 if he's still alive. He'd be 81.
I remember when Lemmy turned 50 and hearing about that show and thinking like, oh man, Lemmy's so old now.
Right.
And now I'm older than he was then.
Hang on. We were talking about good album covers, and I want to give a huge shout out to Motley Crue, who put a lot of effort in on this too.
Right.
45th anniversary of their breakout single, Livewire. This is a long out-of-print radio promo EP, newly created cover art. So this is new.
Right.
First time ever on color vinyl.
Yeah.
So this has Livewire, Take Me to the Top, and Merry Go Round on it. I'm sure it's just the album tracks, but still pretty cool. Mooney Suzuki, great band.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably don't know about them. This is a 20th.
Saw them a bunch of times when they were around during that time period, just before they signed to like Epic or Columbia or whatever Sony subsidiary they were on.
25th anniversary issue of their first record.
Yeah.
People get ready. Is this their first record? No, this might be their second record.
I think they had some singles and EPs first.
I've got a 7-inch that they do a great cover of 7 and 7 Is by Love.
Yeah.
Really cool version. Muse, 2 EPs from Muse getting released. Mute Math. This has been out of print for forever.
Yeah.
It was only issued twice on vinyl. First when it first came out, which is a super rarity. And then they did a reissue, I think, in 2014. And that one, even now, is like $200-300. So this is your chance to get it at a reasonable price.
Definitely.
And it is on 2 sea blue vinyl.
Yeah.
So if you want some Mute Math, we've got it. New York Dolls, great record. This was their comeback record.
That is a good album.
And the title is One Day It Will Please Us to Remember Even This, which I got turned around on the radio show last week because I played We're All in Love.
One time when the Grand Nationals were opening up for the New York Dolls, it was at the Majestic, and there's only like one way across the stage to get to the dressing rooms. We were doing our sound check, and then they all just came walking out of their dressing room after smoking copious amounts of weed, and they walked by the whole band and ignored them, but for some reason all high-fived me.
Nice.
And I was like, I didn't get what was going on.
It's pretty cool. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, they're finally busting open the Heartbreakers vaults. And this is a 78 live show. It comes with a vintage tour pass. You guys know I'm a huge Tom Petty fan. There's a great story on the back of what this recording is from Mike Campbell and Tom's longtime guitar tech, Bubs, who just retired. He was touring with Mike Campbell even 2 years ago at St. Andrews Hall. So
Wow.
pretty amazing. So this is considered a bootleg, but they've remastered the audio. Heartbreakers, again, in one of their prime eras, 1978, right before they went in the studio to record Damn the Torpedoes. So a really cool release here on that. Like I said, you get a backstage pass, too.
Nice.
Pink Floyd, live in 1975 at the Los Angeles Sports Arena. Super cool release here. This is a 4 LP set. And if you're up on your Pink Floyd, you know that this was a hugely creative time for the band. They had just put out Wish You Were Here, and they were already working on the material for Animals. So what you get on side A and side B are what's referred to as Raving and Drooling, and You've Gotta Be Crazy, which would become Dogs and Pigs on Animals. So people didn't know these songs when they were seeing them. And they play them both on here, plus almost the entire Wish You Were Here record. They do both parts of Shine On You Crazy Diamond and Have a Cigar, plus an entire performance of Dark Side of the Moon in full, plus an encore of Echoes.
Jeez.
So I don't think you could ask for a better Pink Floyd release than this.
Yeah.
We checked out the audio. It is... it's not perfect quality, but they brought Steven Wilson in to remix that too. So it sounds about as good as it's going to sound. And like I just said with the set list, what more could you ever want from Pink Floyd? So really great release there. That's a 4 LP box. And I anticipate it won't last long. Robert Plant, Paramore, Power Station, not with Robert Palmer.
Nope.
Scotty had to explain to me that Michael DeBare took over for Robert Palmer because he didn't want to tour.
That's right.
And then I did some more research on it and found that they played Live Aid, and Michael DeBare was the singer.
Yeah.
So maybe some people know them as that.
Right.
But I put that record on not long ago and played the
cool
not
record.
that one, the Robert Palmer
the
one.
main album.
John Prine, BBC sessions. Gotta love some John Prine. BBC stuff is always recorded great, usually, except for that Faces release that came out a couple of years ago, which will go down as the worst sounding record in my collection.
Disappointing.
Very disappointing. This, however, is not disappointing. Rainbow in Concert, 1976.
Especially that era.
Especially this era on the Rainbow Rising tour.
Yeah.
The best. Richie Blackmore, Ronnie James Dio, Cozy Powell, Jimmy Bain, Tony Carey. Come on. They do it all on here. Kill the King, Mistreated from Deep Purple.
Yeah.
Green Sleeves, Catch the Rainbow, Man on the Silver Mountain. A 20-plus minute version of Stargazer. One of the greatest metal songs of all time. Still I'm Sad, and Do You Close Your Eyes. You can't ask for any more from the great Rainbow than this. So that's a great release. Up next, another artist I could say this about, Ramones. It wouldn't be Record Store Day without the Ramones, right? So this is live in San Francisco, 1979. There's 4 sides, and let's see, there's 27 songs.
Oh, that's all?
Between the 4 sides.
By the time they got to local, like the era of like when Marky rejoined the band, they were up to a 32 song set, but they were still doing it in an hour.
It's so great. Love the Ramones. I remember getting this out of a used CD bin when I was younger.
That CD, I remember when it came out, had got so much play with a lot of my friends. Anytime you were driving somewhere, instead of music, they were playing that CD, that comedy.
Sorry, I was checking my messages. Yes, and this comes with, it's on orange vinyl. It's limited to 2,200 copies, and it's got a sticker sheet, a magnet sheet, and an air freshener. So that's different.
Is that the album where he's like at the doctor and Kevin Nealon like basically is like farts and tells him it was him?
I think so. I think so. No wonder I thought it was hilarious when I was 10.
Some fart humor.
Hang on, I just passed something that I wanted to show.
Well, There's that.
There's this. I can show this. I know a lot of people won't be happy about this. Bruce Springsteen 5 LP set recorded on his home turf, Asbury Park, in 2024. Nobody puts on a show like Bruce. I can tell you firsthand.
Does that have If I Was a Priest on it?
It does not have If I Was a
Such a good
Priest.
song.
I got to see him do If I Were the Priest.
That was
One of only 4 times that he played it.
I mean, I love the Letters album, but like, I heard that song on Underground Garage the other morning, and it's like it's rare when I'm driving. It's already everything's a little bit loud, and then it got louder.
Yeah, right.
It's like such a good song.
It's a great song, and
Great performance from the boss on that one.
For those that don't know, that was part of his initial demo for Columbia.
Right.
He wrote that 50 years ago. So,
yeah.
Yeah, great song though, like Scotty mentioned. Is there anything people want to see? I'm just pulling stuff at random to talk about.
There's so much more, yeah.
Mike Christina said, I think it's hilarious Wilson remixed that. Yes.
I'm on parole.
Mike Christina, Bruno Mars, I never bought an album, but I have never heard a song I didn't like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you know, we had a listening party for Bruno Mars' latest album, and I thought it was great.
Jerry Leica reminded me that the Bissonets are from Detroit. That's true, yes.
Yep, absolutely.
Somebody else commented, Stanley commented and said, Clown's the one that hits the keg with the bat.
Yeah.
Oh, Ducky's watching. Hopefully Ducky's feeling better. Ducky, what do you have PTSD from? He said PTSD.
I think that came up around the time that, I don't remember what we were talking about. And, you know,
Probably the
he was
dead.
stomping around like Donald Duck.
Probably the dead. Billy Squire, we showed already. Somebody just asked about George Jones.
Yeah.
We do have George Jones. It's
George
here
Jones
somewhere.
is there.
If I could, again, if I knew the alphabet, I could pull it right out. Come on. What's going on here? There we go. George Jones, Cold Hard Truth.
That is cold.
And that same person asked about, did you get any Alice Cooper and Ray Charles? Yes, I showed those, Jeff.
Yep.
But yes, we did get them. PTSD. Yeah, hopefully Ducky's still watching. I'm curious what he's referring to.
Yeah.
This is one of my picks of Record Store Day. Stock Forest Group. You probably don't know what Stock Forest Group is, but you should because it's Blue Oyster Cult.
Yep.
Before they were Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah.
So there's a couple tracks on here that ended up on the first Blue Oyster Cult record. Like I'm on the Lamb, which is just called I'm on the Lamb here. It was called I'm on the Lamb, but I ain't no sheep on the Blue Oyster Cult record. There's some other good stuff on here. This is a really cool comp. I checked it out a little bit ago because it is streaming. It came out on CD a while ago, but this is the first time it's ever been on LP. So if you're curious about it, you can check it out online. But I highly recommend this. Steely Dan we talked about. Stone Temple Pilots. Now, this is live at Rolling Rock 2001. I wasn't sure about this era of the band because I don't remember it being like super positive when it happened. That was when they did that's Days of the Week.
Yeah.
Was the single from that album, was it Shangri-La?
Shangri-La-dee-da.
Yes. But you and I, if you remember, we pulled this up on YouTube because you can watch the whole performance. They are killing on it. It is so good. And it says here that the audio was produced by Brendan O'Brien.
Yeah.
So this is going to sound great. Everything you've ever wanted to hear from STP is on this. This is a 2 LP set. So they do a couple new songs from that record at the time, but all your classic STP is on here. There's no way this isn't awesome.
Right.
Or that it doesn't sound awesome. I already know it's awesome because I saw the performance. Stranglers and Stray Cats, Billy Strings. Looking like he needs a hairbrush. We sold a Billy Strings guitar earlier this week. And that's the Tiny Desk concert, I should say. Joe Strummer, Sugar, The Sword, T-Rex, Talking Heads. This is really cool. Masayoshi Takanaka.
Yeah.
Great guitar work. 2 releases coming out. this year. This is widely considered his best record.
Is it?
And then
Does he cover the song "All of Me" on it?
he might, because what I was going to say is this record on guitar opens with a fantastic cover of "Breezin'"
Ah,
by George Benson. So really great stuff, and it's rooted in funk. So like the band's really grooving, and he's very tasteful guitar player. Really cool stuff.
oh, that's cool.
Thin Lizzy, I love how the floodgates have opened for the Thin Lizzy vault. I think this is the 3rd or 4th RSD release.
Yeah.
So really cool. Live in 1976 on the Jailbreak tour, recorded in Cleveland, Ohio. So this is really cool. Transparent vinyl. And they had to stick on the bottom of the hype sticker, "The boys are back in town," in case you don't know who they are. They only have 60 other great songs, but "Boys Are Back in Town" is what you would know them for. Third Eye Blind. This is highly sought after, but for those looking, yes, we have one.
Yeah.
TV Girl. We played this
people
record
asked
too.
about that.
We played this record too when we were doing the order. I really dug it. I've listened to it a few times since.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Scotty, tell us about Van Halen, because we all know, longtime customers of the store will know that I don't know anything about this era of Van Halen.
And I know more about that era of Van Halen. Well, that's the 5150 tour.
Yep.
And that 2 nights in New Haven, and they shot one of the nights for the Live Without a Net. It was originally VHS release, now available on Blu-ray in the 5150 Deluxe Edition. This is from one of the nights.
And we do have the 5150 Deluxe Edition as well.
No, we are sold out.
Oh, we are sold out?
We're
Okay.
sold out. We do have the 2LP edition that has like some of the
Bonus track.
Yeah, bonus tracks. It's not like a remixes, but or alternates. But yeah, this is the full show on vinyl for the first time.
And is this different than what's in the box set?
The box set has the CD of that.
Okay.
But they didn't include the vinyl of that in the box
course.
set.
Because now you can come get it for Record Store
But
Day.
when the box set came out, I watched Live Without a Net for the first time probably since 1987. And I could not believe. I would just go out. I'll boldly just say the cocaine kicks, because Eddie and Sammy just come out just doing high kicks in a circle together to "One Way to Rock," and they're both playing guitar and they're both spot on and ripping.
Well, let me say, it sounds like there's more than one way to rock.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. Jerry Leica, Van Halen. Yes, I just showed it.
And
Save that for me, Jerry. I can't hold records.
Right.
That's against the rules for Record Store Day. But you'll have to come up and grab one.
Get down here.
Doug, you just asked about Billy Strings. I just showed it. Did you see it? If you didn't, I'll show it again. What time are you opening tomorrow? 10 a.m. I'm glad you asked that, Doug. 10 a.m. Normally we open at 11 on Saturdays. 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Right.
That's always the deal with Record Store Day. We open an hour earlier. So 10 a.m. You can line up whenever. We had people calling saying they were going to be here at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
People always ask, what time should I get there? Really hard to say, because there's almost always somebody that's more diehard than you are.
Yeah.
And they get here
and
very
with
early.
So many releases. I mean, people are just out for something they want. So, you still have a great chance of getting exactly what you want, especially this year.
And you see, we have, two giant bins
Look at this.
of releases. We've never had this much product. So
Yeah.
you definitely need to come out and see us. You might get shut out at other stores, which I want to give a shout out to our friends at some of the other stores around. I know everybody always thinks we're at odds. We are competitors, but we are friends.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friends at
Friendly
Dearborn
business.
Music. They're always great to us in a lot of ways. So thank you to Dearborn Music and our friends at Village Vinyl in Sterling Heights. John and his crew over there, John and Adam.
Great store.
Those guys are awesome. And we all stay in touch. We all talk shop and give each other heads up on stuff. I went to Doug Podell put on this great record show. It was about a month ago. And I spent more than half the show just talking to John at Village Vinyl.
Yeah, anytime John's set up at a show, that's usually where I end up parking myself for a while.
Yes. Always a good conversation with
Yeah,
John.
John's great.
We're coming to the end of the RSD exclusives, and then we're going to talk about the used stuff, which you guys got to see. So if you're just sitting at home, make sure you stick around, because some of this used stuff is going to blow your mind.
Yep.
You know what I just realized I haven't mentioned? I haven't mentioned any of the sales.
Yeah.
I didn't mention what time we opened until Doug brought it up.
Yeah.
So sales, ladies and gentlemen, all RSD product is 10% off.
Yep.
Right?
All the new stuff.
All this stuff I've been showing is 10% off tag price. All used records, including the used ones we put out for this drop, 20% off.
Wow.
And then new vinyl is what?
New vinyl is 15% off.
New vinyl is 15% off.
So regular stock, recent new releases.
Yep.
All that stuff.
Are we including the analog productions? We probably should have talked about that before we brought it up.
Well, you know what? Special day.
Special day. We'll talk about that stuff too.
Yeah, because you mentioned Breezin'.
I mentioned Breezin', and there's a brand new 2 LP Cut It 45 all analog master of Breezin', George Benson, one of the best records ever.
Yeah.
And there's no way that is not the now definitive pressing of that record.
It has to be.
I wish Chad Chasm would come in here, because I'd like to kiss that guy for how great he's made some of these albums. Thank you, Chad. All right, let's wrap this up, and then, like I said, we're going to move on to the used stuff. You're definitely going to want to see that. Let's go back to this. Walker Brothers Night Flights. This record is so cool. Obviously, it's the Walker Brothers. They weren't speaking to each other at the time, Silas was telling me. So it sounds a little disjointed, but it's really cool. Really cool stuff. Great songs. If you've never heard Scott, what is it, Scott 4?
Right. Yeah.
Scott 4. Great Baroque pop record. Ween, Europe 90. This is an RSD exclusive, and I know people were really excited about this. It's a 3 LP set.
He's got on their swimming goggles?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but Ween. They have a diehard fan base like the Dead do.
Yeah.
And then how about Ween, and then there's Weezer.
Yeah.
Weezer. This is their original demo? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
First Weezer studio recordings, including Say It Ain't So and the Sweater song, which is what we're still hearing from Weezer, right?
Kusina says that he saw Chad Chasm last weekend.
Really? Yeah. Oh, he must have went to whatever the audio convention is. I forget what the name is. Did you talk to Chad?
Expona? Is that what it is?
That's what it is, yeah.
Okay.
Mike, please tell me that you talked to Chad Chasm.
Yeah.
And did he talk like this? Buy now or cry later. Got to be the greatest statement ever.
I know. Especially coming from
You guys
him.
want this Jimi Hendrix, better get on it. Buy now or cry later. Chad Chasm, Acoustic Sounds, Analog Productions. No, shout out to them though, because they've taken great care of us.
That is not a you're not making fun of him. That is that is
I'm a huge
love.
fan.
Yeah, we watched a lot of videos.
Yes. A quick one from The Who. This is their second record. Now, this is, I want to make sure I get this right. This is the original album in mono, plus a bonus disc of B-sides. And it's on orange and green vinyl, mastered by John Astley, who is Pete Townshend's brother-in-law, in case you don't know. Which is probably the reason he gets all the Who jobs.
Right.
But I love this record. They're kind of in the middle of their transition from just like gritty rock and roll, short songs, blues band, to concept. You know, they would do the Who Sell Out after this, which is my favorite Who record. Right. So this is a cool stepping stone. Still some poppy stuff in here, and then it closes with a quick one, While He's Away, which is the first Who rock opera.
Yeah.
It's only about 7 minutes long. Then when they did Tommy, you know, that's like 2 hours. So
yeah.
Brian Wilson, his record from 1998, Imagination, that's never been on vinyl before as far as I know. And then this great comp on tour, 99 to 07. I got to meet Brian Wilson in 07. Yeah. 07 in Ann Arbor.
Wow. Remember when we saw the Beach Boys with Brian Wilson?
Yes.
With a rare performances.
50th anniversary tour of the Beach Boys in 2012, if you can believe that. Me and Scotty and Goldfish.
That was, I remember when you guys called me that morning, you were like, hey, you want to go see the Beach Boys? And I was like, sure. We went there and it ended up getting great tickets.
Yep.
And I remember, there's always shenanigans trying to get to Pine Knob in the summertime because of traffic and construction.
Right.
And I don't know which way Goldfish took to get there. but we eventually made it there.
The big surprise, it was the wrong way.
And I kept thinking, I think we're going the wrong way.
Right, Scotty, who had been there 5 million times but didn't say anything.
Just sitting in the back seat, enjoying the ride. But the show was absolutely incredible. So a lot of very slow twisting.
Yes. Did you get the Slipknot window record? Yes, Doug, we did. I talked about that a minute ago. That's what brought us on to talking about the guy hitting the beer keg. Mike Hostina, no conversation, but I heard him talking, and yes, exactly how he sounds.
That's awesome.
He is a celebrity at high-end audio shows. Absolutely.
Always holding court, probably.
Well, you know what's funny is like going to the NAMM show and stuff. There's only at NAMM some of these guys could they're coming down the hallway and the sea of people parts for Reb Beach.
Yeah.
You know, no dig at Reb Beach. I'm just saying that if Reb Beach went to a movie theater, no one would know who he was.
Right.
But at NAMM, it's like, oh shit, it's Reb Beach.
Yeah.
I remember I was there the last...
Paul Gilbert or Nuno.
Yeah. I was going to say the first year I went, Eddie Van Halen showed up.
Yeah.
And it was like Moses parting the Red Sea. It was like everybody out of the way, and everybody pulled their phone out, and Eddie came by, hey, what's up, everybody?
That's when I just pretend to trip.
Yeah, right.
Fall down.
And I've seen Nuno's a huge celebrity there.
Yeah.
I actually I talked to Nuno. I rode an elevator with Nuno this year.
That's awesome.
One of my favorite bands ever, XTC. This is the first time they've released a live show on vinyl. This is coming out on their new official bootleg series, but these are all overseen by Andy Partridge.
Yeah.
And the audio is supposedly awesome. This is a great era of the band, 1981. So this is just before they kind of called it quits from touring.
Yeah.
They did a Beatles thing where they toured for a few years and then they became a studio-only band. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a total expert on them, but this might be actually from their last tour that they did. I think they played some shows in '82, but
I hear that.
Really looking forward to hearing this. They're a phenomenal band. How about some Exhibit, Pimp My Ride?
Exhibit.
But it doesn't have the song Pimp My Ride on it. So, he should do a Record Store Day release that's just a 12-inch of that song.
Yeah.
The theme song from Pimp My Ride.
He looks like every time Jordan Peele does a character of a rapper or anyone like that when he was on Key and Peele.
Oh, he looks like Exhibit.
I always thought that was Jordan Peele.
We got two more. Goldfish is watching. He said, "No, shut up."
Sorry, man.
Yes, Tales from Topographic Oceans. Obviously, this is Tales from Topographic 1973. Think 74, 75, somewhere in there.
Yeah, mid-70s.
Mid-70s. If you're not familiar, that's the record that it's 4 songs on a double LP. Each song is 20 plus minutes long.
Wow.
Takes a lot to get into that one. And if that's not enough epicness for you, this is a 3 LP set, so they play all of Tales from Topographic Oceans on here, plus And You and I, plus all of Close to the Edge.
Wow.
So your head will be spinning when this one finishes.
That is some classic era.
And then we'll end on this one, Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts, As Time Explodes. This is brand new live recordings from last year. Neil Young toured with the Chrome Hearts, saw the show at Pine Knob. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So there's no way that this isn't awesome. I'm actually hoping some of that show is on here. That would be cool because it was early in the tour. So that's a great release. Can't recommend that enough. I know a lot of people, if you're just a casual Neil Young fan, you might turn it down because it's not with Crazy Horse.
Yeah.
These guys are great, phenomenal band around Neil. So we can pop back over to here if you guys have anything you want to see. I'm happy to show something. But let's talk about the used stuff.
Full of 7-inches too.
Oh yeah, we should probably.
It seemed like this year there was a lot of 7-inches that were of interest.
Yes. So we have Olivia Dean. This is another BBC thing, so I'm sure it sounds good.
That's cool.
I showed Taylor Swift already. Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yep.
So I thought, isn't she the one that did Call Me Maybe? Isn't that her?
Is that
her?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize
I
she
only
had
know that song from a
she had a career
Weird
after
Al
that.
polka medley.
Violet Grohl. It's Dave Grohl's daughter.
What song is it?
Let me tell you. Hang on, I just put it back down. While I'm looking for that to answer Riley's question, Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
Johnny Blue Skies, which is Sturgill Simpson in his alter ego.
How are they playing LCA?
Because he's huge. I mean, Sturgill's massive.
As Johnny Blue Skies.
Yes, maybe people like him more as Johnny Blue Skies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where did that Violet Girl record go? I just had it in my hand and put it back down. Is this it? Okay, here it is. Riley, the song is What's Heaven Without You, and the backside is Swallowtail. She doesn't know those songs. Yeah, these as well. Pavement, Perfect Sound Forever, limited edition on white vinyl. And then this is a really cool release. Miles Davis, The New Sounds, 75th anniversary reissue of his first release.
Wow.
On a mono 10-inch.
And they had just come out with his last album recently too.
Yes.
Was it what's it called?
Doo-bop or something?
Doo-bop?
Doo-doo-bop?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. Charlie XCX, clear vinyl.
That's another in demand.
In demand. Yeah, it looks like there's UV art on this too.
I think there is.
I can't tell if that's on it might be on the sleeve, but
Party for You.
yeah, Party for You, and it doesn't say what's on the backside.
Oh, and it wouldn't
Yeah.
be an RSD without a Charlie Brown release either.
But when's the last time, ladies and gentlemen, that you saw a record shaped like a baseball mitt?
Yeah.
Because only on Record Store Day could you get that.
It has a cut in it too.
Yes, it does. Is it supposed to?
Yeah.
Okay. With the way we've had, ladies and gentlemen, we can't get into it, but the amount of mountains we've had to overcome this Record Store Day,
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe it if we told you.
Right.
You would not believe it if we told you. So,
Can't catch a break.
can't catch a break. But that's why I was assuming that Charlie Brown was destroyed. And then what else was in here? Oh, Pink Pantheress.
Yeah.
This is Girl Like Me. Any insight into
No
that?
dice?
Nothing? Okay, Riley's got nothing on that. All right.
She just headlined Coachella, or I don't know, that might be this weekend. I'm really
Isn't it 2 weekends? I think they do it double,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't remember if it was.
Last weekend or okay. Well, she's headlining. She either headlined Coachella or is headlining Coachella this weekend. We're gonna show some used stuff, but how about the Alice Cooper Rubber Duck
From Tubbs.
from Tubbs?
If you like to collect cool things that are also kind of cute, don't look at the Tubbs website. You will go broke.
I think Ducky one year got me a duck that looked like Jerry Garcia
Yeah.
from them.
Yeah, they have all kinds of music and like movie and pop culture related, and yeah.
Here's the Hello Kitty Record Store Day release. This is, who's this made by again? Handmade by Robots is the name of the company.
Yeah, it's the RSD series.
And Hello Kitty is wearing a Record Store Day t-shirt.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. And if that wasn't enough, there's also an Ozzy Osbourne one. And I like how he looks shocked.
Yeah.
So those are the first two. I'm sure this is a series they're going to continue.
Yeah.
So number 1 is Hello Kitty. Number 2, Ozzy Osbourne. And what?
Behind the counter up there, we have a very limited version of the Ozzy. It is right there up on the print.
You want me to grab it?
Yeah, grab it.
All right. Even comes in this cool collector box.
Limited to
Anybody who's watching, make sure tell us if my mic went out because I walked far away from the receiver. So hopefully it's fine.
It's showing you're connected.
Okay. Look at that.
Yep.
It's in a plastic case, and it's branded with Alliance Authentic, and it has an NFC in it.
Yeah.
So
There's only 30 of those that exist.
So because of that, we're going to ask the tag price. I know I'm not supposed to talk about pricing for RSD stuff, but for this, because there's only 30 of them, is that what you said?
Yeah.
There's only 30 of them. This is going to be $14,000.
Fair.
That's a good deal. It's a good deal. You're not going to be able to find another one.
Nope.
14 grand.
Not
for
around
that.
here, you're not.
Right. So make sure you're first in line, 14 grand, and no RSD discount on that.
Right.
So, but it is available.
Yeah.
What else were you going to say about it, Scotty? Anything?
Highly collectible.
Highly collectible. Crosley, the fine folks at Crosley, they did the Beatles, so now they got to do the Stones, of course.
Yeah.
3-inch vinyl LPs, right?
Singles.
Singles. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Early Stones hits.
Yeah.
Mother's Little Helper, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, Heart of Stone, Get Off My Cloud. There's 6 in total.
Yep.
And you can buy the whole set. And you can get yourself a Rolling Stones mini turntable. Pretty cool.
And it comes with a
Little crate.
little record crate.
Comes with a little record crate. And from Rock City, when you buy one of these, you get the 6 singles.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. We'll include the singles so you can play it.
Yes. So very limited on that, as you can see. I should show the back of the box here because this is pretty cool. Cool photo of the Stones in the early days.
Yeah.
And in case you're wondering why they're only doing early day stuff, it's because Abco did this, and Abco owns all the Stone stuff up through Beggar's Banquet.
Right. Exactly.
That's why you don't get any reference to any other Rolling Stones stuff. Which was the whole reason why Mick Jagger told the Beatles not to work with Alan Klein, and they didn't listen to him. All right, used. So we got a ton of used stuff to feature. You guys probably saw we did a teaser of some punk stuff that we had.
Yeah.
This has got to be one of the best punk collections, certainly I've ever seen.
Yeah. Definitely.
In terms of rare stuff. There could be people out there that have seen rare, but lot of cool stuff that you do not see.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. I obviously, again, I can't show everything because we want you to come in and see it, but things like this. Here's a copy of Bad Brains' Eye Against Eye, mint in shrink.
Yeah. 1986.
It's got the insert and an order form in it. Battalion of Saints, Black Flag, 1982 press of Damaged. Blitz is in here, Broken Bones, Business. I'm just blowing through this stuff fast so you guys can kind of see it. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
there's so
in
much.
upside down. 1979 Sterling press of the self-titled Clash record in amazing condition. Where's that copy of London Calling? First USA press of London Calling. Scotty, give me some other stuff to show. So
Yeah, corrosion of conformity.
1985 with inserts, Corrosion of Conformity,
Before Pepper Keen.
way before. Original 12-inch of Holiday in Cambodia by the Dead Kennedys.
Yep.
There's other Dead Kennedys in here
Take no
too.
abortions.
Discharge. Hear nothing, say nothing. I'm sorry. Hear nothing, see nothing, say nothing. This isn't an original, but it's an early press.
Yeah.
So really nuts to see this stuff. DRI. Here's DRI crossover, also in shrink.
Yeah.
USA First there. 1984 issue of DRI, Dirty Rotten LP.
There's a
English-
bunch of English dogs in there.
English Dogs Exploited.
Lots of exploited. Lots of discharge.
Gangrene, GBH. Almost all the GBH
Yeah.
is in here.
I love those covers. Like that cover always reminded me, like it's a kind of like the first Iron Maiden album cover.
Yes.
Or like Killers. That era.
Germs, the complete anthology on black and blue swirl vinyl. Again, this is just a small preview because we want you guys to come down and see this. How about this? Original first press of Minor Threat. Nuts. Misfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should show some of
Yeah,
this.
some good Misfits in there.
We have 3 versions of Walk Among Us. So the 2009 Rhino version, which is often considered the best sounding one.
Yeah.
for whatever it's worth. Been out of print for a very long time. Highly sought after. 2009 Rhino press. This is an 88 press from Sire in very incredible condition. And then an original blue cover. Now this one, it's seen better days. But it's still cool because I've never even seen one in person.
The record itself, for the most part, looks like it's pretty good up until
one part of it.
One part of the record.
There's a burn mark.
Yeah.
Why is there a burn mark? Somebody probably fell asleep listening to it with their cigarette going.
Yeah, let's say you know what it was. Someone was going to flip it over, and they had an ash probably hanging off the end of it. And it probably just
fell right onto the record. So
right onto Astro Zombies.
There's 2 songs compromised on each side. So it's priced accordingly, but obviously the scarcity and the rareness of this is nuts. Just to even see one is crazy. So all 3 are priced differently. Obviously not a record you see all the time. So really cool to have these. And there's some other great Misfits stuff in here as well. Evil Live in shrink.
It's translucent black.
Yeah, translucent black vinyl.
Hold it up to the light.
Legacy of Brutality. This is an original 1985 press. Earth AD, you guys saw us tease this yesterday. This is a true first. And then even more insane, the Die Die My Darling. This is an original first on purple vinyl, limited to 500 copies from 1984. From everything I've read, you would have had to have gotten this directly from Glenn Danzig in some capacity. Like you would have had to either order it through his mail order or buy it at a show. We had a customer comment last night that he bought his at a Sam Haines show directly from Glenn Danzig.
Wow.
So this is crazy historical stuff here. It's not those Misfits records are. I can't say they're affordable.
Right.
But you get what you pay for. So lots of cool stuff. Ramones, 76 reissue. Oh yeah, Sacrilege.
Yeah.
This slams. What a killer record this is. If you've never heard this band, it's a British thrash metal female lead singer. Really cool stuff. And if that's not enough, Danzig, how about that?
Initium.
Never see that.
Yeah.
And this was another one when we were cleaning it and we were researching it. We were like, oh man, there's these marks all over it and stuff. Well, it turns out that there's marks all over it because there's swooshes of white vinyl in there.
Yeah.
Because Glenn and his buddy went in late night to press those records and there was still white residue in the presses.
Yeah.
So that's why it looks like there's marks on the record. So they're actually meant to be there. So really, really cool stuff here. I know I keep saying that, but it just stuff I never thought I'd ever see is in here.
Right.
Including that Sam Hain. So that's great. And we have general use too that we're going to show as well. We're just trying to give you a preview of this punk stuff just because it's so rare.
Yeah, 300 titles.
300 titles. Yeah, look at that. Repo Man soundtrack, 84. Good stuff. There's a great comp on here, or in here, from, was it from Boston, maybe? That's got, like, Black Flag on it and some other stuff.
Yeah, isn't it called This is Boston, Not L.A.?
Yes. There's some great bands on there.
Let Them Eat Jelly Beans.
This is a good one, too. New York City hardcore. The Oi Chartbusters comps are all in here.
Yeah, I think there's, like, close to 30 comps.
Yes.
And one thing about all those old like hardcore comps is that they're solid.
Yes.
Like it's not just a bunch of filler.
No, this is a great collection.
Time.
It's one of those things where like when it comes around you go, wow, this is really awesome.
Yeah.
And Scotty and I both had our time of like, because we were researching it and we were cleaning it, we were pricing. We were able to listen to the records and stuff, so that's always fun to do that before it gets passed on to you guys.
Right.
Hang on, you can leave that there. I'm just trying to check comments here, and I want to grab my computer in case there's anything anybody wanted to ask about. Whoops, I just lost my spot. Sorry, people. So yeah, the punk stuff is here, and then we have a massive general use drop as well. So just because it's general use, that doesn't mean it's crap.
No.
By any means. There's a lot of great stuff in here too.
Fodder.
Do I have Katie, do you have the Taylor Swift 7-inch? Yes, we do. Do you do a list what RSD you want, or do you open the doors and it's a free-for-all? Doug, we let a certain amount of people in at a time so that everybody can shop comfortably.
Yeah.
We limit it to one per person, so we try and make it as fair as we can. But no, we don't open the doors and let everybody come running in. It's chaotic, but it's controlled chaos.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Let's see what we can show off in here. AC/DC. If you want blood, you got it. What about this record? This record rules. Atomic Rooster, Death Walks Behind You.
Yeah.
Fun fact. You know who the drummer is on this record?
Who?
Better known as Mick Shrimpton of Spinal Tap.
Oh, yeah.
Rick, what's his name?
Rick Shrimpton.
No, it's not Rick Shrimpton. No, I'm sorry. This has Paul Hammond on drums.
Yeah.
Rick, it started with a P. He's on the record after this.
Interesting.
In Hearing of Atomic Rooster, I think is what it's called. Mono reissue of Beatles Revolver. If you haven't heard the Beatles in mono, you haven't heard the Beatles. It's that simple. And if you don't know the history, a lot of record collectors probably do know this, but if you don't, the Beatles put way more effort into the mono mixes. They were present for the mono mixes.
Yeah.
They had a hand in those. And then when it was time to mix the stereo, they went home. They let George Martin do it. So how they wanted you to hear the records up to a certain point, because obviously Abbey Road is in stereo and Let It Be is in stereo. There's no mono mixes of those records. But Revolver and Sgt. Pepper and Rubber Soul, those are all different listens in the mono capacity. And we also have the White Album in mono. This is from the reissues from the 2014 box set,
Yep.
which you guys have heard me say is the best box set of all time.
So good.
And then this comp, Mono Masters, this is all the singles in mono. So Love Me Do all the way up to You Know My Name. Look up the number. It's a 3 LP set. Again, if you don't want to go back and get all the Beatles records in mono, this is a good comp to get, because you get a lot of the songs you love in their original mono mixes, and all of those reissues are cut from the original master tapes, so they sound great. And it was done in England, so right from the EMI vault to the lathe, so to speak. So great stuff. Sabbath Volume 4, great copy of that. Bowie, Hunky Dory, must-own record. David Bowie Let's Dance is in here. Now here's a real must-own record. Best of BTO. So far. There's still more BTO to come, ladies and gentlemen. That's at least what they were planning on when they put this out. And it has a total of 8 songs on it. So, oh no, I'm sorry, 9 songs. It is stacked, though.
Yeah.
Roll On Down the Highway, opening it up. Goldfish, who's watching, once coined BTO as simply truck rock. Let It Ride's on here. Looking Out for Number 1. Blue Collar, C.F. Turner, and his fur coat. Yeah. Glenn Campbell, Chicago, Chili Whack, Cloud Kicker, John Coltrane, Alice Cooper, Christopher Cross, tons of Deep Purple. Scotty made me put this back, folks. This is a German copy of Deep Purple in concert, which was recorded for the BBC in '72. This is on the original Harvest label. It's in amazing condition. And Scotty said, you got to put it out. You don't need that. Because I've got about 3 other copies of it.
Right.
So I don't need that.
Although if that was an Alice Cooper related thing, I would have been like, yeah, too bad. Taking it.
Right. Def Leppard, On Through the Night. Or that guy I watch, no, I can't. Never mind. I'm not going to say it. Dylan. You got a lot of Dylan here. Blood on the Tracks, Highway 61. Basement Tapes is in here. Great release. Eagles, ELO, Bill Evans, Foghat, Foreigner. 2 different copies of Foreigner. We got a promo copy of the first Foreigner record.
Right.
That's sweet. There's no tag on it.
Where's the tag?
I don't know. There's no tag on it, though.
Man.
Better find one before somebody goes, hey, this doesn't have a tag on it. Does that mean it's free? My sides. So funny. Genesis, what a great record this is. Genesis Seconds Out. I'm always praising this one.
Yeah.
1977 USA press of that. Oh, wait, I just passed Green Day. Live on green vinyl. It's a Green Day bootleg.
Yeah. Unofficial.
Unofficial Green Day. Go-Go's. Oh, a bunch of... Is that... Do you say that as ISIS?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What are they? They're like... progressive, aren't they?
Progressive. Can you call it progressive post, like hardcore?
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
I just see their records and I know that they're hard to get. Joe Jackson Looks Sharp, one of my all-time favorite records. This is a 1980 UK press. Really cool stuff. Jefferson Airplane, unfortunately Jefferson Starship. 2014 version of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, great record. Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Awesome album. Zeppelin. I don't know what this is all about, but look at it.
It's the Little Charlie and the Nightcats.
These guys look like they're pretty killer. What do you
Play
think?
some instruments. They look like they could do a little gambling, maybe.
Lord Such. Got everybody on this. Noel Redding, Richie Blackmore, Keith Moon. They all make appearances. If you haven't heard the first Lord Such record, Screaming Lord Such, that is, that's got Jimmy Page and John Bonham. A little bit of everybody on there. Tons of Marillion. If you like Marillion, we've got a bunch of their records.
It's a classic era for them. Oh, there it is.
Mentors.
Yep, the Mentors.
Never see their records. If Bruce Kahn's watching, got a copy of his favorite album here, Paul McCartney, Ram. Great album. Metallica, Ride the Lightning. There's nothing. This is a reissue.
Yeah.
Clean reissue. I mean, if you need a good copy, but like,
Black and
I don't need anybody thinking there's an original press of Ride the Lightning here. There's not. Thelonious Monk, Gary Moore. You never get used Gary Moore records, but we've got some. Willie Nelson Greatest Hits. That belongs in every collection. Nirvana. This isn't the Palace one, is it?
I don't believe it is.
Okay. Self-titled Nirvana, which is like a greatest hits. This is really cool. Classic Records pressing of iRobot.
Yeah.
Classic Records, other than MoFi, like one of the first high-end audiophile labels. So they cut everything from the master tapes. And now, who we mentioned earlier, Chad Chasm, he owns all their metalworks and stuff. So,
yeah.
But this is a 2004 200-gram version of iRobot, or as Scotty likes to say, a waste of 20 grams.
That's right.
Scotty claims there is absolutely no audio difference between 180 gram and 200 gram.
It's just a heavier record.
And some people say there's not even a difference between a 140 gram record and a 180 gram record.
Right.
70s press, The Dark Side of the
It's all
Moon.
about how good the plates were cut.
How about this? CBS Master Sound version of Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
That's a rarity. And it's in the original package. It isn't still factory sealed, but it's in the original package.
Right.
Purple Rain with the poster.
Yeah.
If you guys remember, you record collectors out there, if you remember the day Prince died, all of a sudden copies of Purple Rain with the poster became $700 records. And people were paying it.
Right.
I don't know how. Don't know
Car
why.
payments.
Yes, but that's got the poster. Rage Against the Machine, Ramones, Lou Reed, Rolling Stones, Roxy Music, Runaways, Santana, Slayer, Hell Awaits. And this is on red and black vinyl. Let's look at this. Ooh.
Murky.
At Dawn They Sleep. Show No Mercy's in here too, and that's also on red and black vinyl.
This one's a different type of red and black.
Ooh.
It's split.
Two-Face. Supertramp, Patti Smith, Springsteen. Promo copy of Lonesome Crow by the Scorps. And then a regular copy.
Non-promo.
Uli Roth's on this, isn't he? Or is that Shanker?
No, I think that Uli was in the early version of Scorpions, wasn't he?
Well, I know he was in. I just can't remember if he was on this record or not. Ducky's watching. He knows. Nice copy of The River by Springsteen. Another copy of Breakfast in America, 180 gram. This one doesn't have a tag either.
What are these guys doing here?
I don't know what's going on. Raw Power with both the David Bowie and the Iggy Pop mixes. I'm never really sure what's happening on this Pat Travers cover on Making Magic.
To his legs.
I guess he's making magic.
It's floating.
Does a cover of Statesboro Blues on here. You know Nico McBrain was Pat Travers' drummer?
Was he? When?
Yes. Like in 75, 76. Yeah. Might even be on this record.
Yeah, it seems like they only ever give him props for...
Maiden. Right?
Yeah, prior to Maiden for being in Trust.
Right. Here's the best record we've put out for this record store day. Taco, After 8. Putting on the Ritz is track 3.
You going to wear white gloves tomorrow?
Yes, because I'm going to be putting on the Ritz. Wasn't that a big hit?
It was huge.
So, see, you never know what's going to be a hit. Temple of the Dog, Tool, U2, UFO, Van Halen. Van Halen fans, if you don't have this version of Van Halen 1, I know this is going to sound ridiculous. This is the best version of Van Halen 1. I haven't heard the one step, so I might be nuts. Yeah. But this was mastered by Steve Hoffman and Kevin Gray. A twofer of two of the best mastering engineers. So I guess if you don't have the one step, which I haven't heard it, so it might be killer, it might not be good. But I do have this, and I can't imagine you wanting a better copy of Van Halen 1 than this. So, put that on your to-buy list. Unfortunately, there's also a copy of OU812. Sorry, Scotty.
It doesn't quite have the punch that the self-titled does.
No.
Musically, but it does have the better singer.
For our... yeah, right. Peter Wolf's in town. He's probably on stage right now. Peter Wolf is at the Fillmore tonight. Right. And my good friend, if you're there and you're enjoying the show, maybe you're going to watch this later. My great friend John Farrell is running front of house for Peter Wolf.
Yeah.
And John is one of the best sound guys in the business, so I'm sure it sounds great right now. I'm supposed to be there, but I told John we had Record Store Day prep. He was bummed, but he understood. But I'm sure it sounds great, so you can thank John for it sounding great.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
Couple box sets over here I want to talk about, and then we're probably going to call it a night because we still got a couple things we got to finish up.
Yeah.
You and I are further ahead than we usually are, thanks to the help of Riley and Silas and Trey. We got a lot of help.
And then it's 11:30 on Friday night.
And we have still like 4 hours worth of work to do. Scotty teased this earlier. Ian Gillan, and it is Gillan, by the way, not Gillian.
Yeah.
It's Gillan.
Yeah.
Vinyl collection, 79 to 82. His solo records and a live record is in here. And I think it comes with a 7-inch as well.
Those have Yannick Gers on them.
I think Glory Road does, I think. Rainbow box set from Germany in the, I think it's the early 80s. This has the whole Rainbow discography in it up through Straight Between the Eyes.
That's cool.
So, cool set. The 4 LP version of In Your Honor by the Foo Fighters. Kind of a rarity. Oh, I don't even want to show that because I didn't want to put that out.
No.
But this I could talk about at length. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 40th anniversary box set of Deep Purple Made in Japan. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, Nick, didn't they just do a 50th anniversary box set? They did. But let me tell you why this one's better. Because this was pressed at Palace in Germany for the best sound quality. It's got 2 hardcover books in it. And the 3 complete shows that they recorded for Made in Japan are on here. And every show on the last record has a cool etching of the Deep Purple logo along with the signatures of the 5 members of the Mark II lineup. One of the best box sets of my collection. This isn't mine. We took this and used. But man, arguably the greatest live record of all time. It's up there. It's in the top 5, even if you don't think it's number 1. There's only a handful that could give it a run for its money, and this is it in its entirety. It sounds great. This one is in phenomenal shape. You can see it's pricey. You can get the Rhino one that just came out for the 50th anniversary, but it doesn't sound as good. You can take it from me, because I know, because I have it, and I have both. There was also a 40th anniversary CD box set that I have too.
That's right.
A little ridiculous, but I love this band. I love this record. So if you want to hear what the shows were in their entireties, this box is awesome. Should I talk about that?
That's up to you, man.
I at least wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
Because it's another one of my favorite records ever. This is, I was just talking about classic records a couple of moments ago. This is a limited edition 45 RPM box set of Jethro Tull's Aqualung. Another one of the greatest records ever. Now, what's special about this? If you want to take audiophile to a whole nother level, there's 4 discs in here, cut at 45, single-sided. So the idea being that if there's only music pressed on one side, that it won't affect the fidelity.
Yeah.
So, again, all analog master, but you got 4 records in here, couple songs per record, and they're only on one side. So, and this is an extremely rare piece as well. You never see this, but
that's amazing.
When it came through, I was like, what? Are you serious? I do have the Analog Productions UHQR, which, again, hard to top. I can't imagine this sounds better, but it might. And I might need to find out. So here's what we're going to do. We'll put it out, and if it's still here at the end of the day tomorrow, then it was meant to be that I have it. If it's not here, then I guess I'll never hear what the single-sided cut at 45 version of Aqualung sounds like. Right?
Until the next one walks in.
Until the next one walks in, which could...
Oh, I hear you needed one of those.
Yeah, again, they're not super common. So we're going to get ready to wrap it up here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. If there's anything you want to see before we sign off, let me know. I'd be happy to show it. I'm just checking the comments here. Atomic Rooster is a great one. You're right, Mike. I have the 50th, otherwise I would have to have it. Mike, I'm telling you, I have the 50th. The 40th is better. And I'm not just saying that so you buy this box set. I'm telling you because it sounds better. And it's not even close. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And I know you're crazy like me, Mike. I know you got multiple copies of records you love, so this wouldn't be out of the ordinary for you. So you should have it. Mike, do you still have the self-titled Motley Crue you got from us? Let's see if he answers. Our reel was just liked by Eugene Grossbeck. And I know Eugene bought a Peter Criss ticket earlier.
Oh,
so
nice.
I saw it come through.
Eugene's a good old friend.
Phil, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Anybody wants to see any releases before we sign off? Just let us know and we'll show them. In the meantime, just a reminder, we open at 10 a.m. tomorrow. First come, first serve. You can line up whenever. Might be somebody out there right now.
You never know.
Who knows? All RSD product, 10% off. All regular new vinyl, 15% off. All used vinyl, 20% off. So everything I showed you on the used tables over there is 20% off.
Yeah.
So all that rare punk, the general used, all of that good stuff, 20% off. RSD titles, 10%. New vinyl, 15%. If it's already marked down, it's already marked down. We're not doing any stacking of stuff.
Right.
There's always somebody that's like, hey, I know this is already at half off, but do I still get another 20%?
Right.
No. We're already losing money. Isn't that good enough for you?
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's first come, first serve. One per person.
Yep, always.
Always one per person. You guys hear me rant every year about the entitlement that some people have. Just drives me nuts.
No additional holds in the morning or anything like that.
Yeah, we can't do that. I will tell you guys too, I'm not saying don't support other stores. You absolutely should. You should make your rounds to everybody tomorrow, including us, hopefully. If you leave another store and they didn't have what you want and you start calling us looking for it, we won't answer the phone until at least 11:30 tomorrow, maybe even noon.
Yeah.
So calling 15 times over isn't going to help you. It's not that we don't want to help you, it's we're slammed.
Yeah.
And we can't answer the phone because we tried one year, and what happened was one guy called and he had like a laundry list of titles he was looking for. It was like, hang on, we got to go look. Hey, is there any of this left? No, there's not. Okay, we don't have that. Okay, do you have this one? Do you have this? Just come here and look.
Quick question.
Quick question is never a quick question. I learned this last week when I went to the KISS Paul Stanley Expo in Indianapolis, and Paul did his Q&A. Every person that stood up that was able to ask Paul a question, they would start it with, I just want to say real quick. And it was never real quick. Some long-winded memory of why they love Paul Stanley. And I'm sure they want to share that, and I'm sure Paul loved to hear it. I'm just saying they would start it always with.
Somewhere along
real
the line,
quick.
Real quick became slow AF.
Yes, exactly. Just checking the comments here before we sign off. But yeah, thank you always for the support. We really do appreciate it. We put a lot of effort and time and money and all sorts of stuff into Record Store Day, so we really do appreciate it when you come out and join us. It's always a great day. It's always a lot of fun. It's a little nuts when we get started, but then we have a good time. Yeah. So the whole staff will be here tomorrow, hopefully including Ducky if he's feeling better. He's been down for the count.
Yeah, man.
So, Ducky, if you're watching, we hope you feel better. Man.
Real sick. I wish I thought of that one.
Riley doesn't believe that you're sick, Ducky.
Yeah, where you playing tonight?
Yeah, what room you working?
What room you working?
What room you working? Oh, Mike says yes. Yes, I have the Motley. Okay, sweet. See you tomorrow, gents. Okay, we're going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining us. Have I covered it? Oh, I didn't talk about Analog Productions. We should go over here real quick. One more thing, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to make sure this gets the praise that it deserves. By the way, did you know the first Danzig album has finally been reissued?
That's right.
Officially, not a bootleg copy. Analog Productions, in case you don't know, we are the official Metro Detroit dealer of this fine product. You guys heard us talking about Chad and his crew earlier. They do the best reissues in the business. Better than MoFi, and I love the MoFi stuff, but they do better reissues than MoFi. The UHQR series, they did the entire Steely Dan catalog. Gotta Hear Asia. Just released Jimi Hendrix, Axis Bold as Love in both stereo and mono. We have both on hand. Wes Montgomery bumping from the Verve partnership that they did. They're also doing the Chess 75th anniversary releases. These are out this month. This is Muddy Waters Folk Singer in mono, cut from the original master tapes. Self-titled Bo Diddley. And then Scotty wanted me to mention, of course, the George Benson Breezin', which is part of the 40 Years of Acoustic Sounds releases, which is being done in partnership with Rhino. So a lot of great stuff coming with that. They just did Little Feat as well, Dixie Chicken and Sailing Shoes. They're going to be doing a audiophile version of the first Ramones record, cut at 45, which is pretty nuts. I think the whole record's like 27 minutes long. So.
Right.
Jethro Tull, Genesis. We got a lot of that stuff on hand, part of the Atlantic 75 series. Bill Evans, this is brand new. And then these are from Intervention, but housed by Analog Productions.
Yeah.
Carl Perkins, dance album of Carl Perkins, which of course has Matchbox, Blue Suede Shoes, Bop and the Blues, all cut from the original master tapes. And then Johnny Cash with his hot and blue guitar, which has I Walk the Line, Folsom Prison Blues, Cry, Cry, Cry. Mastered by Kevin Gray, again cut from the original analog tapes. So, wanted to show that stuff off. If you haven't heard the Etta James At Last from the Chess series, I don't know what you're missing, bro. So, yeah, we have that stuff, and that stuff will be on sale tomorrow. You'll definitely be saving some loot if you're picking that. Okay. Now I think that's it.
Yep.
Vinyl Reserve Series is great too.
Yeah, that is.
Donny Hathaway live. This is one of the best reissues of the year so far. Yeah, come down and talk. I'd love to share my audiophile love with all of you. Wow, I wonder who did this.
What the? Couldn't
This
even
is how
bother
the
to get.
customer put this back.
Yeah.
Just so you understand the frustration. You see the bag is hanging here.
Jammed. Look at
Jammed
that.
in. Probably didn't believe that it was actually signed by Alice Cooper, even though we got the hype sticker on it.
Right.
But yeah, the bag is destroyed now. Record's all jacked up, so thanks to whoever did that.
Yeah.
We'll
Awesome.
fix that later. Yeah, come down and see us again. We open at 10 a.m. 20% off used, 10% off record store day, 15% off general. New vinyl. We got giveaways. Scotty, you know what else I didn't talk about? We've got ticket giveaways from our friends at
Oh,
Live
yeah,
Nation.
that's right.
You can win tickets to see Joe Satriani and Steve Vai. You can win tickets to
Oh, yeah,
see My
the
Chemical
Satch Vi
Romance.
band.
Yeah,
Or is it Vi Satch?
I think it's Satch Vai.
Yeah.
You can win tickets to see My Chemical Romance, tickets to see Motley Crue, tickets to see Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie.
Sweet. I'll be there.
I'm trying to think of the other ones. A lot of great stuff in there. So come on down. We'll get you entered into that too, courtesy of the fine folks at Live Nation.
Nice.
All right. Well, we got to tighten this up. We got to get this finished up. Thank you again for the support, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. is when the doors open, but don't show up at 9:58 thinking you're going to walk right in the door.
Yep.
I'm telling you ahead of time.
Yeah, I just called. You guys got this?
Yeah.
I called last night. You guys got this?
Good things come to those who wait.
Yeah.
So, and remember, the first 33 people get a Rock City tote bag
Yeah.
with a pin and some vinyl cleaner, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good record store day,
Indeed it will.
I think. Never know. If shit like this happens, it won't be a lot of fun.
Come on.
That's just bad record store etiquette. You know what's even worse, though? This.
Yeah.
Leaving everything pulled
Yeah,
forward.
it's all laying forward. Oh, I couldn't figure it out. And you watch someone just pushing it. Bam, bam, bam,
Or
bam.
this. Like you're grabbing it like this,
Pulling it from the corner.
pulling it from the corner, and then when you're done looking at it, you go,
Jamming it in.
jam it back in.
I know there's a lot of records in these bins, but it ain't that bad.
It's not right. It's not that bad. I've gone through worse. And by the way, anybody who buys this tomorrow will also buy you lunch. This is, you may have seen a lot of record store owners pontificating about the negatives of Record Store Day. I can't think of a better example than Asia 30, the picture disc version released for Record Store Day 2022. It's still in our bins. How do we not have a copy of the big Asia record out here?
I know.
There's got to be 300 of them in the back.
Stacked.
That's it. And we still got a lot of great gear and all that stuff as well. Pedals came back in today. Strings,
lots of
straps,
accessories.
Lots of accessories. That's what Riley's processing.
Working behind the scenes.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. So, yeah, don't forget to join us. We will see you in the morning, Record Store Day 2026. Doors open at 10 a.m. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye-bye.